Yo, good people.
Good people, we back.
We back,
Back
man.
in the building.
Like we never left.
We never left, but we still here.
Yeah.
We about to do it the damn thing today.
Today is the day.
Today is the
Finally
day.
got OG back.
Of
Of course we got watermelon back.
Yeah. You know we got our. Hey, listen, y'all need to read up on watermelon. Then y'all understand why we love the watermelon, man.
Why we go so hard.
Yeah, my brother. Yeah, we gonna touch on a few things today. We're gonna touch on my sister Angel Reese. You know, we're gonna touch on pearly things, and we're gonna touch on the soccer player who how he kind of finessed his wife with this money situation, and what you can learn from these things. We just here. We just happy to be here with y'all this evening. We got love for y'all. We hope y'all have love for us. We want you to.
Nah, they got
comment.
love for us, man. The views is going up. They got love.
Oh, good.
They're showing the love.
Y'all keep commenting, and y'all keep subscribing. Just help us grow this channel because we got some things to say. We just want y'all to be a part of it and just
enjoy us.
Be there, man.
Entertaining y'all.
Yeah, we enjoy it, man.
So we're gonna get it started. We're gonna talk about pearly things.
Yeah.
And her situation over there, man.
Yeah, this is
OG has some interesting takes.
Yeah. Hey, listen. The Manosphere had allowed this woman, this Caucasian woman, to come into our space, and we find out that that she showed her true colors as being a white supremacist. Saying some things, meeting with other white supremacists and talking real foul about black people in general. Mm-hmm. And I want this to be a learning lesson for all you content creators that be careful who you allow on your stage, because they may not be for you. And me personally, I think that, us being black content creators, we should support our own people. Mm-hmm. She came into our space. Why couldn't she go over to her people's space and start something? But she knew that they wasn't trying to hear what she was saying. So in other words, she knew it was easier to come over to our space and talk her rhetoric and make her money and everything like that. Just another way of exploiting us as a people. And we have to be aware of these things. We got to be careful who is for us and who's not for us. Yeah. And it's going just crazy on YouTube in regard to some of the content creators who supported her and found out that, hey, they made a big mistake, and we have to support each other. We have to understand our content is for us as a people. It's about us. It's not about them. If they want to do their own content, cool. But let us have our own thing. We have content that's geared towards our people. All right, so I think that Pearly thing, she's a lot of people kind of tighten her up on things and really spoke hard in regard to what she did, and even some of the content creators who have supported her. Mm-hmm. So we just hope that that changes, and that we just as a people just realize that we have to support each other. We have to be codified. We have to be on code with each other. And by us being on code, when these situations come up, we're able to see it in advance and say, nah, that's not for us. So I'm gonna hear my partner what he have to say, his feeling on it.
So
it's nice, man. I get some of this water, man. Go ahead, man. You talk now, man.
Over all the stuff that I saw happen with her,
yeah,
it's interesting because we can't. I can't put it all on Pearl specifically
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, I'm one of those skeptics, man.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime I see white faces in black places,
Mm-hmm.
my antennas go up
Uh-huh.
off top. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm never just thinking, oh, they just love us and they just want to do this, but they see the opportunity in us.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like, we always let it happen. We always put the guards down and be like, oh, all right, come on through. It's all good. We're going to talk about men and women relationships. Like, yeah, she says a lot of things that, you know, the brothers agree with.
Mm-hmm.
But she's monetizing off of that. She's monetizing off of us.
Right.
And it's like, why can't we just go and do our own thing? Why we always gotta be around them to do something? Like, I don't like that part about our culture. A lot of times we feel like, oh, if we with a white person, it's stamped now. It's official.
Right.
Now. It's
Right.
like you could make those same points being a black owned channel and not getting manipulated. I think they said the contract was 70-30 and he had to work 40 hours a week and the 70 was hers and the 30 was his with no guarantees. So if them videos didn't do any numbers, you don't eat, you don't have rent, you don't have nothing. No guarantee, no minimum. But that's how they play it, you know? And it's like, I don't even get mad at them for doing business because I think a lot of stuff that white folks have done business-wise is amazing. Like, it's brilliant. I studied white businessmen because it's like they've been able throughout the course of history to finance and do amazing things and manipulate situations to get the outcome that they want.
Right.
Which a lot of times our history, when I look at our history, we not like that. We kind of more, well, we are, some of us, you know, some of us have done amazing things as well
Right.
in the field of business and negotiations. But it's like, overall, overarching, I feel like with black people, it's a sentiment of, oh, we can all just get along. We can all just, we can all be great together.
Right.
We're not really out to get anybody
Right.
for the most part. And because of that, we get taken advantage of.
Right. Because I think we don't really understand the idea of colonization and racism and how they use that against us as far as feeling that, because you got to understand, in the white supremacist mindset, he feels that he is superior to you in intellect and mannerism just because of his skin complexion.
But what's wrong with that?
Huh?
What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong with it? What's wrong with it is that when you start feeling that you are superior to anybody, you have the mindset of thinking that I can just manipulate and I can just do how I want to do to people, and and think that that's right. So, and because
What makes it not right?
Huh?
What makes it not right to like just have a self belief?
Well, what makes it not right? The fact that you're taking advantage of a person that doesn't have certain things that you have. You're taking their talent and gift that they have, and then exploiting that talent and gift for profit for yourself. You're not making it a fair playing field. Because if me and you go into business together, and you come with your creative ideas and I come with mine, we should be able to work a 50-50 thing where you getting money and I'm getting money. It should be you get 80% and I get 20% because my creativity ideas is just as important as yours.
Right. I can see that, right? But when they go in them back rooms and do them lawyer deals and true lawyer deals, it's like, we aren't being put at gunpoint to sign anything.
No. No.
So these are brothers out here that are selling themselves short.
Yeah, because they don't understand their worth and their talent.
Right.
They
so
don't
if you have
understand
an
what you bring.
insecurity, if
Right.
you have a deep-seated insecurity,
Right.
Is it the white person's job to look at you and say, well,
No.
I'm gonna look into your value and pour into you, and I just want you to be great?
No.
That's not real.
That's up to you. That's why you have to be able to be confident in yourself and your ability and to know what you signed. And if it's not in the best interest and best benefit for you, as far as you using your talent and creativity and signing off to this, then you have to walk away from it. But a lot of people don't like to walk away from things because of whatever their purpose, or greed, or lust, or I need this. I need this money now, and everything like that.
A lot of times they doing it for clout, for views. They selling themselves for views.
Yeah.
You might not even make no money. You just want to be seen.
You want to be seen,
So,
that's that nearness to whiteness. I want to be near the people. Feel like just like Dr. Claude Anderson said. He gave an illustration one time. It was a man going into a black store to get some ice. So he walked out the store, and then he went into the white store and got ice. So Dr. Claude asked him. He said, "Well, what's the difference between this ice and that ice?" In his mind, he said, "Oh, the white man's ice is colder.
Yeah,
it's the same ice."
And he believed that.
But he believed that because he's been programmed to think that anything that is not white is right, and that comes from a mentality of being oppressed and being enslaved, and think that But we have to change that mindset and realize that, hey, listen, I don't have to think that way. But the hardest thing is to free a man's mind, because the mind is something that can be programmed to believe something, and it's hard to unprogram.
So now that gives me another question, right? As far as being men, we're talking about respect and dignity. Do you respect a woman that doesn't respect herself?
No, I don't respect a woman that doesn't respect herself.
And I feel like that's kind of how they look at us in those business dealings.
Right.
I can't respect you if you don't respect yourself.
That's right.
So am I a supremacist because I'm gonna take advantage of the fact that you selling yourself short? I'm a Rollo supremacist. Like, I'm gonna ride out for me in any situation.
Okay,
and
you're gonna approach a situation where you're gonna get the best deal as possible.
Me,
right. Now, honestly, I'm not mad with a white man that wants to get the best deal for himself, because he's looking out for himself and family.
He got family.
But the problem I have is when you know that you deliberately manipulating a situation because you know that you can do it, and you doing it with the mindset that I am going to manipulate this person. I'm going to make sure that they don't get this, because realistically, if that offer was put on the table to you, you wouldn't take it. You wouldn't accept that offer.
You would never take it.
You understand?
Yeah.
But but see, when you I think Nipsey Hussle says that he made a statement. He said, "We as black people, we have to get out of survival mode," and a lot of us are in that survival mode, meaning that oh, I don't have this. I need to get this money, this and that. So a lot of times when you just chasing money over your talent and not allow your talent and gift to make room for you, then you're gonna make those kind of decisions based on a survival mode mindset. So it's just like I was talking to a brother this week here, and he was saying he had music, and he was saying that if a record company gives me a 360 deal, I'm gonna accept it. I said, why would you accept that when you know that you're giving away your talent to the record company, your masters or whatever, your master tapes and everything to them, and they're gonna make millions of dollars off it, and you won't be able to get your masters for many, many years. Okay, so why couldn't you just hold on to your talent and your masters and things, and do your own thing with the music? See, a lot of people they're lazy. They don't want to work at something. They just want something handed to them easy.
Yeah,
But
you
anything
think they're lazy?
Happening,
you really think that? Because
when I say lazy, I shouldn't say lazy, but they don't want to really put in the work it would take to get
everything they could.
They could, right.
And I feel like that comes from a place of you just don't believe in yourself.
Right. Right.
So you want somebody to save you.
Right.
And when they come and save you, there's consequences for being saved.
That's right. That's
you
right.
know, because like Diddy, he's a billionaire. He got girlfriends living all over the place.
Right.
But guess what? You ain't gonna be wifey. You're gonna be one of 15.
Right.
One of 30. One of 36.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he did quote unquote save you. But you are not mine. And Young Miami had to find that out.
Right.
You know, when he got another girl pregnant overnight that we never heard of.
Right.
So it's like,
right.
You want to be saved.
And then another thing about, like, let's look at it like this. Diddy, you know, in business, he took advantage of a lot of people. Where he, and I understand from the point, in his mind, he's trying to build his empire. Right. He's looking out for his kids. He's trying to build his empire.
Right. And
all
what's
right?
wrong with that?
But it's where the problem was that the situation with Biggie. When Biggie died, Biggie had a lot of recordings and he, you know, he was making a lot of money for him.
Yeah.
As to my knowledge, I don't think that he gave the master tracks, the masters to his family where they could profit off it. I think that he still has control. And people said that he made most of his money off of Biggie dying, than if he was alive. So
why is that an issue?
It's an issue
because I'm asking these questions to you because a lot of us think this way. But as far as white people are concerned, they don't think twice about none of that. You know?
Because other people, they generational wealth. You know, that's a very important thing
for those other groups.
For those other groups, and it should be the same for now. The situation with Puffy and Biggie, those master tapes, you know, recordings could go to his family, and they could profit off those master recordings for generational wealth for their family. Okay, Puffy got his money. Okay, you got your money. But what is the problem with you giving up the masters and allowing those people to make money off of their talent? You're not doing it because you selfish. You want to keep making money off of somebody else's talent. So to me, you ain't really no different than what the white man does.
I guess this is where I'm conflicted, right? Because it's like when Biggie started rapping, he's selling crack. He out there thugging, doing his thing. Do you feel like anyone in his family came to him and was like, "Hey, Biggie, you should," or Christopher Wallace, "Hey, Chris, I'm gonna invest in your rap career." I don't think nobody was in that position. None of his loved ones was the ones out there saying, "Okay, I'm gonna bet on you." Because P. Diddy, let's get it straight. P. Diddy was out there on tour with him, out there promoting him, investing and pouring his life force energy into him.
Right.
So why should the family get that?
Because
the family wasn't there. Just because they came out, you don't mean that you should benefit.
Okay, was Diddy's family there when he built Empire, when he did certain things? But they benefit off of what he did.
That's because he's alive.
And
that's because he's alive to say, "I love you. I'm gonna give this to you."
Okay, but so you're saying that because Biggie died, and his children should not enjoy the fruits of what their father put out? Are you saying that?
I guess I am saying that because look,
okay,
if I'm Biggie, right, and I care so much about my loved ones, I'm gonna set that up. I'm gonna know that, okay, I could pass any day. I'm gonna have a will in place. I'm not just gonna let but this is another thing. We don't practice enough ownership a lot of the times. He probably gave that stuff away to P. Diddy a long time ago.
But this one I want to say, right?
You gave it all away.
Now I don't know how to.
Now it's not in your power to give it away.
Okay,
because you gave it away already.
But listen. I don't know how true this is, you know, and I'm only going about what I heard. Biggie had planned to leave Bad Boy. Biggie, a record company was going to give him. He was going to go into a $60 million deal with him, Junior Mafia, Lil' Kim, and all that.
All them,
okay,
right?
And okay, Biggie is Puffy's biggest artist. So apparently he wasn't able to leave. Okay, so So who's to say that 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 Puffy didn't? He knew that, and he figured a way that for him not to leave, and because he had his masters and everything like that, he could still make money off of him.
Right.
So what I'm saying is that a person's talent is not for the person just to make profit off. It's for you to create generational wealth for your family. Because he has kids.
He wasn't thinking about that when he signed that deal, though.
But what I'm saying,
that's his fault.
At the time, he didn't have kids. When he signed the deal with Puffy, he was like 19 years old. Mm-hmm. He was like 19 years old. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have kids.
Yeah,
he didn't have kids. His thing was, here's a guy from the street. He was just trying to get down and get out the street. All right? Like most cats. Mm-hmm. Most cats who sign certain deals with record companies. That's that
survival mode.
That's what I say. And that's why Nipsey Hussle said that we have to get out of some survival mode as a people. A lot of artists, it wasn't just Biggie. A lot of artists did that. Mm-hmm. They signed deals with these record companies, and the record company knew that they were, I got him, he's desperate. And they did it, and then they end up paying for it later on. Mm-hmm. Where they wasn't able to get, like, okay, perfect example. Mace was arguing and fussing a few months ago about, I want my masters back.
Yeah,
and everything like that, right? So Puffy not giving the master, because I think it's a certain period of time that you get your master back after so many years. I don't know, depending upon what the contract is you get it back so many years. So that time hasn't elapsed yet. And so they said that Mace offered him like $2 or $3 million.
And he said no.
And he said no.
Yeah.
Because why? He know that he's making money off of his samples. I mean, off of his masters. So it's in the benefit of him. But Mace got family. He probably got kids and everything like that too. So,
but that's Mace's fault. That's Mace's fault. Mace got to look himself in the mirror and say, "Damn,
yeah, of course.
I didn't position
of
myself
course, he didn't position. Right, like you said, Mace was young. He was 18, 19. And he was just trying to get on, mm-hmm. and
let's not come on. We can't say he was young, because guess what? Diddy was young.
We have to do that.
No, we can't, because guess what? Diddy was young, and Diddy was playing for keeps. Everybody was young at one point in time. LeBron James came in the league young, and guess where he's at? His life is about choices.
You got to understand, but Diddy was in the position to get artists mm-hmm. and to pay him how he wanted to do, because. Yeah, he was trying to. He was doing
the work
deal.
that he put in.
Right. He was okay. Not down that he didn't put in the work, mm-hmm. but he was trying to do what was beneficial to him. So now, this is where lawyers and stuff come in. Mm-hmm. That you get, even though you need something, but when you're not clearly thinking and saying to yourself, what decisions. Me making this decision, how will it affect my future and everything like that? And you just, like I said, you're making a decision based on a survival mode. Mm-hmm. You're going to make those mistakes.
Right.
Now, I'm sure there was some kind of maybe legal work to certain things like that, but who maybe Diddy had his own lawyers, and they because I've sat down, I've had experience where entertainment lawyer has sat down with contracts with people. I've seen that, this and that, mm-hmm. And there's a lot of intervals in that thing. You're talking about production. You're talking about money when you go on touring, and it's a lot of
a lot of moving parts, right?
Yeah, moving parts. So you gotta have the right lawyer that's going to, but see, like most guys, Biggie trusted Puffy, Mace trusted Puffy, that he was going to do what's right by them, because they were in survival mode and they felt like, hey man, this is my opportunity to get on. Because you got to understand, Bad Boy is one of the hottest record companies, in New York at the time.
Right.
You know, so everybody was like trying to really get on and everything like that. So, you know, it worked. It didn't work in their advantage on a lot of things, but the whole situation is this. Puffy knows that he should give back those masters to the family and let the family enjoy generational wealth.
Nah, man.
No.
Nah,
His
man.
family is good. His family, Puffy's about $1 billion. He's worth about $1 billion now.
See, for me, I do business too outside of the barbershop.
Okay.
I do my thing.
Right.
I've signed horrible deals, bro. I've signed trash deals.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I had to look myself in the mirror and know that I made that choice.
Okay.
It's not about oh, you should do this because it will be nice. It's like I as a grown man, I was young, but as a grown man signed something that was
But
short term.
I want to say that.
Mhm.
I want to say this. A man is limited by the knowledge in his mind. If
Right.
you had the knowledge to do certain things over again,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have probably signed those. You probably wouldn't have
Right.
signed. You probably would have went a
Okay.
different way,
Okay.
right?
So what? So what?
Okay,
Now? What?
so now, okay, you know you're dealing with the consequences and so forth like that. All right? Now, only because you didn't have the knowledge of certain things, but just because you didn't have a knowledge of certain things, don't mean that it wasn't wrong. It didn't make it right. It was wrong.
But that's the thing, like we in morality court. That's not a real thing in the real world.
okay. I understand.
If we ever gonna get to a place that we can build and be successful,
Okay,
we have to really, manifest ourselves in the real world in a real way.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another example. Dave Chappelle signed off to Comedy Central a contract when he first got started. He said he did it because his kids was young. He was in survival mode.
Yeah.
He said yes, I signed that contract. He said was it right? No, it was wrong on my part.
It was trash.
Right.
Yeah.
But he said, but does it make it right that because I signed that contract that I should not be able to get the things I need for my, based on my talent that I bring to the table. So what he said, he told everybody, he said, listen, he said, those who are my supporters, I need you to not buy any of my CDs.
Don't stream it. Don't do none
don't
of that.
stream it. Don't do
Boycott.
that. This and that. Right?
It's a boycott.
Okay, it was a boycott. All
Yeah.
right. What happened? Comedy Central came back, and because of that, because they understood what this man, the value of what he made, they knew that they made money off him, but they knew that they knew the value of what he brought to the table. They went and renegotiated his contract and gave him more money and gave him control of his of the Dave Chappelle, show, which they had control of. So it worked out in his
But
behalf.
that's the funny part, right? He didn't play the morality game. Like he didn't.
No, he wasn't.
didn't. He was strategic.
Yeah, he was.
He was strategic in finding the solution to his problems. He
Right.
accepted the responsibility.
Right.
Didn't try to guilt trip Comedy Central saying,
No.
y'all are bad people. Y'all should give
No.
me something that I don't deserve. Because let's be honest, he didn't deserve it because he signed up to not deserve it. He
Right.
felt then that he didn't deserve it.
Right.
So if I had found a creative solution like he had found, that would have been amazing. But it's
Right.
like, let's not get it misconstrued. The fact is, you signed up for X. You did not sign up for Z. You
Right.
signed up for X.
Right.
So you deserve X.
Okay.
You can't get Z because you got X.
Okay, you got.
I
X.
like the way he approached that situation. I think that was
right.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I think that was a great chess move to get everybody to not partake
Right.
and
Because
and
people
hurt their pocket.
Right. And yeah, because he knew that he had a product that the people liked.
Yes.
So he went back to the people who supported him. Me, you, me, and him.
Right.
We watched the Chappelle's and we watched his
We
stand-up
love his
comedy. So he understood the
That
power of the people. That if the people get behind, because he knew that if the people get behind me, I can get what I need.
Right.
And he knew if he told the people, not to support that. Comedy Central, let's go back to it's business. Okay, they know that they're not in the business of losing money, so they were able to. They looked at it. They looked at the overall situation and said it would be in our best interest.
We got to work with them.
We got to work with them. This and that. Now, getting back to Puffy. Puffy's a billionaire. Okay, the reason why you a lot of people when they like give you a perfect example. LL Cool J, he was with Def Jam for a 10 record deal. After he did his 10 records, album deal, right? Russell Simmons and Rick Rubin and the owner said, you know something, you was our first artist, you was loyal to us, you stood the test of time, you made money for us, we're gonna give you back your masters. People don't understand when they gave him back his masters, he can do whatever he want. Masters you can.
But that's an act of kindness.
Okay,
let's not say that he don't deserve it.
No.
He don't deserve it.
He do deserve it.
Why?
He do deserve it because he was loyal to the company. He made money. He made money for the company. Okay, he could have said, "Listen, this contract you gave me was garbage." Because you gotta understand, he signed that contract when he was 14 years old. He was the first artist. Okay, so because of loyalty, and they knew that they made money off this man, they said, "Listen, we're gonna release your masters to you." And the reason why the masters are so important.
We know why it's important. Right, you can do whatever, but
you can do whatever you need to do with it.
I'm just saying. I'm coming from that state of mind that like you sign up for something, don't renege on that.
Okay,
that's what it is.
Okay, but
I'm not a renegger.
Okay,
I don't like to renege.
It's not. Okay, I don't like to renege anything.
Who wants to renege?
But I'm not a renegger. If I sign a contract, I want to be supportive and stick to the contract. But on the same token, if I've shown you loyalty with you, and you've made money with me, and I've showed you loyalty, and if I come to you and say, "Hey, listen, man, listen, I need this because of such," my loyalty should mean something. It should count for something. All right. It's just like you go on a job, you work every day on your job. You looking to get paid at the end of the week. That's how they show their loyalty to you. When you come in, do your 8 hours,
that's different.
10 hours, this and that.
That's totally different. Because when you go to that job, you have an hourly rate.
Okay, yeah.
And they want you for this much.
They want you for so many hours,
and then they don't renege, and they get you.
Right.
And you, as long as you don't renege and show up.
Okay, right.
That's different.
Right. So it's the same thing.
No.
If you showing up for your job doing your recordings. You making money for people and everything like that.
What I hear you telling me is you want a cherry on top. You want the
It's not a cherry on top.
With the cherry on top at the end.
No, it's not a cherry on top.
How? How is it not?
It's you. If you got my masters,
right,
you would not make money if you didn't have my masters. Okay. Okay. So after a certain time that I've shown my loyalty to you, years or whatever, and this and that, I should be able to get my masters because you made money off my masters. You made money off me. So I need my masters. That's why they said masters are very important to the artist because it helps them.
Why. We know why.
Okay, we know why.
My whole thing is just a matter of if you sign up and say, "Hey, I got your masters for the next 100 years." You told me that. You told me that you're okay with that. I'm gonna give you this amount of money, and I got you for the next 100.
Okay, but
why are you now coming back and changing it?
Why?
Personally, I don't like that.
Well, that's just like. Can I ask you something?
Go ahead.
In America's, our ancestors were enslaved for 400 years. Without no money, we didn't ask to be slaves.
We didn't sit down at a table.
We didn't ask. Wait a minute.
We didn't sit down at a table. On a contract.
No. We didn't.
We didn't do that.
We didn't sign a contract.
We got stolen.
We didn't sign. We didn't sign a contract.
The same.
No, we didn't sign a contract.
That is not the same.
But it was a contract. Okay, let's give. Let me give a better example. people who were sharecroppers.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't sign a contract. They worked the land, and the deal was that we'll supply you seed or whatever. This that when the crop come in, we'll take whatever money off what it costs for seed and for whatever equipment you had to do, and you would get the money. And in a lot of cases, a lot of people never broke even on none of that. So that's why a lot of people were sharecroppers until the day they died. Okay, but it was an agreement between the two parties.
It was, but it wasn't.
Okay, it was.
It was, but it wasn't though.
It
because
was.
Look at it. When you look at the history of sharecropping, you know that those people weren't actually paid a lot of times. A lot of times, nothing
They were
was
paid.
upheld.
Well, I'm going to tell
Nothing
you.
was upheld.
I'm going to tell you. They were paid because my grandparents were sharecroppers.
Mm-hmm.
They were paid. They did the work, but they were paid X amount of money, not the money that they should have made as far as what their labor was for, because those people still was stealing from them. Because every time they told me, they said, "Hey, this X amount of money is going to cost you for the seed or whatever, and this and that." When they came with the money for that, oh well, you had to use this, so we tacked on charges for you. Mm-hmm. So you never really got ahead. Mm-hmm. You was always one step behind, and there was always one step forward.
But what you're saying is not the same thing. Because
it is the same thing, man.
I don't see it as apples to apples, because those people, you're talking about people who's in a peculiar situation where they couldn't go do something
all
else.
I'm saying is
they couldn't take their talents and go do something else.
Let's just say this.
They was trapped.
Whenever you take advantage,
they were born into 360.
Okay,
they couldn't do nothing.
Okay, whenever you take advantage of a person and knowingly you take advantage of it, it's wrong. It ain't right. It's not right. It don't make it right. Just like Dave Chappelle said. He said, yes, I signed the contract. Yes, legally I'm bound to that contract, but it didn't make it right.
Right.
Because they knew his talent, and they took away his name. They had ownership of his name, which he knows with the Chappelle name would have brought him generational wealth for his family and this and that. So it's the same principle. When a man takes your talent and gifts and use it to make money for
you saying like they took
it on his behalf.
You saying like they took it?
Well, they did take it.
They didn't take it.
When you come, okay, you sign something away.
He sold
it. Okay.
When
you make a contract with the devil, you sign your soul away, right?
Yeah. He sold it.
Okay. You sold sell your soul away, but does it make it right? It's not right. But because of whatever your circumstance was, I was able to come in and manipulate you because I knew that you was in this position. Mm-hmm. You know, like Dave Chappelle said. He said, I had young kids. I'm an up and coming, comedian. You know, here's an opportunity for me to kind of make more money to take care of my family. So he had to make the choice. The deal wasn't great. Should I take the deal and take care of my family, or should I let the deal go and still struggle to take care of my family?
But like I'm saying, man, it's not.
What I'm saying, this system,
it's not morality.
This
court.
system,
there is no morality.
No,
court.
I'm not saying it's not more.
There is no such thing.
I'm not saying it's about morality. It's about what's right and what's wrong.
That's morality.
Well, that's
what's
what.
right and what's wrong.
Well. Like when I listen, before there was contracts, if I shook your hand, that was a contract stating that, hey, listen, we agreed to such. A man's word is his bond. So before they was
so why
contracts,
you want him to get extras?
It's not about extra.
He signed up for that.
It's about
he signed up to get right.
When I'm saying, if I shake your hand and say, you come to agreement, I'm
you gotta honor it.
Right. I'm looking for you to honor your word and so forth like that. Now, if along the line you manipulating me and getting more than what we agreed to, then you didn't hold I can't hold you to your word.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, that's totally different.
So now what I'm saying is that those people who knew that these people signed contract, they knew that they were taking advantage of even before they signed the contract. So they knew that they were manipulated. They knew that they're gonna make far more than what that contract called for.
Right.
So is that that's a morality?
That's an investment.
That's an agreement. It's not an investment.
Look at it like this though. I don't see it, OG, because
okay,
look,
I know you don't see it.
We all operate in business on a daily basis, whether we're the customer or the producer. We all operate in this system, right? So you could go to work for a company.
Mm-hmm.
You really, in real life, in a calendar year, could make that company $3 million.
Mm-hmm.
And the next year, make them $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
And the following year, make them $4 million.
Mm-hmm.
You worked there 3 years, but you will only receive $50K every year,
right.
no matter what.
Now,
you don't even know how much you're worth.
Okay. But when you know what you're worth, you can make a choice to say, listen, either I'm going to start something on my own or go to another company that is going to value my worth and make more money. You know, you're going to make more money based on your value and worth. You don't have to stay at that.
But would
that
company even tell you?
Of course, they're not going to tell you.
They wouldn't.
They're not going to tell you that.
They're not going to tell you how much.
Right, because it's in the best benefit of them.
The company.
But if you find out that, listen, yeah, they paying me $100,000, and I can make $400,000. You gonna try to go where you can make $400,000 because these people are showing you that, hey, what you bring to the table is worth me paying you $400,000. Now we know in business, if you pay me $400,000, I'm gonna probably make $1 billion, maybe $500,000, or $800,000. But and I guess as you being an owner, you're going to make sure what's in your best interest and what's going to benefit you the most. The same way as we should do. I'm gonna leave this $100,000 job because he's gonna pay me $400,000. I'm doing it in the best interest of what I feel is best for me. Mm-hmm. So everybody, in a way, is gonna do things. Should do things in the best interest of them.
Yeah.
So
that's
like
what I'm
like I said.
So getting
back, it's the same thing based on the master recordings that the record companies have, and the owners and the owners are making money off the master recording for so many years. But after that certain time, that's why they said it used to be 50 years. I think it's less time now. So you had to wait so many years before you get your masters. But just imagine, for 50 years, your family, your kids, or grandkids is eating off somebody else's profit, and their family is not making that much money.
That's their business.
No.
Business.
No, that's business.
That's their business.
That's exploitation. No, it's not. That's exploitation. That's why you have. I give you a perfect example. George Clinton, mm-hmm. the godfather of funk.
Yeah, right.
All right. Mm-hmm. They claim that he signed some contracts that he sold away his rights. Mm-hmm. Okay, at the time, whatever he was doing,
all types of stuff he was doing. Yeah.
Okay, he went into court. He tried to get his rights back. Apparently, what he signed, they saying that is invalid. I mean, it's valid. We gonna, you can't get it. George Clinton had to tour late into his 80s and stuff. He just recently stopped touring.
Yeah.
But all the music that he brought out and all the people that sampled his music, from hip hop to R&B and whatever, and this and that man should not have to have done that. He should have been able to sit down and enjoy the fruits of his labor because he created that. He created that sound, the funkadelic sound. So
maybe he could have got a GoFundMe or something.
No, a GoFundMe. What is a GoFundMe?
Because he got a lot of fans.
You gonna give a lot. Some people gonna give him millions of dollars. No, you talking about royalties?
No,
you talking about royalties and stuff that he missed out on and everything like that.
I don't know, man. I'm just like, within myself, I'm just all about, I should be accountable for my decisions.
Yes, you know something?
Shouldn't nobody bail me out or nothing?
I believe in accountability. I think you should be accountable.
Nobody nowhere should bail me out of anything I put myself in.
So when somebody's exploiting you and so forth like that,
but you put yourself
then that person, that is not always that you put yourself. Like I said,
in these circumstances that we're talking about, that's what it is.
Sometimes you're in survival mode, and you do things when you're in survival mode that you normally wouldn't do if you wasn't in that position.
And it is.
So that's why it's not good to be in survival mode when you have to make a rational decision in regard to your future and what is in the best interest of you. All right?
I just feel like as a culture, right? If we all sat down and took the time to adopt that mentality that, okay, if I make this choice, I have to stick true and stick close to this choice.
Right.
You can't come out here slinging crack and killing people and then cry when it's time to go to jail.
Of course not.
You gotta stay true to whatever the hell you chose to do.
Right.
If I chose to
we're not talking about people out there swinging crack.
All right, we're not talking about that. We're talking about business
people.
too. And if I sit here and sign this paperwork and say, y'all gonna give me $100,000 and I'm gonna sell away my music for the next 100 years or whatever it is, I cannot come back and cry about that. That's the choice that I made within myself.
Okay,
if I was not being coerced with a gun to my head,
but does it make it?
But
right?
That makes me a better man. That makes me a better man. No, I think that makes me a better man than the guy who goes back and whine and complain.
Okay,
because hear me out. It
makes you a better man.
Hear me out.
It makes you a better man that you know that you put a contract together to take a man's talent for the next 100 years. That makes you a better man?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
But I'm not arguing that point. Right. What I'm saying is, I feel like it will make me a better man if I own that, learn from my L's, not bitch and moan, just own it. Like, bro, you messed up. It's all good. But like now, hold on, let me finish. You got yours off. Okay. Now that I can look at my circumstances of where I put myself, I can learn from my mistakes. Mm-hmm. Nobody's coming to rescue me. Mm-hmm. I'm not a damsel in distress that needs a favor.
Right.
It would be nice if it happened, but like, bro, like if we look at ourselves and own everything that we do on a daily basis, what we agree to, what we disagree to, own it. We could be better to build for the next time. Yeah. The next venture. The next album that I make or the next business that I go into, I'm going to take full responsibility and accountability. I'm going to calculate ahead of time to watch out for the pitfalls that I made last time.
Right. Okay.
And somebody just came and bailed me out and said, oh, well, we made a whole bunch of money, so let's just give them something. At the end of it, it's like, I don't know if you develop that same grit, that same kill instinct. You don't get the Mamba mentality based off of getting favors. You That's don't true. Get that. You don't get it.
You get the Mamba mentality.
You gotta take your L's. You gotta take your punches.
I'm saying,
trying to do this like
I'm not saying
you're trying to get this participation trophy stuff.
I'm not saying that you're gonna take an L. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not saying that you shouldn't take an L. But all I'm saying is that it's a history of people doing knowingly, excuse my words, knowingly that they are doing shady deals on people,
right,
and exploiting them because they know that this person is in a position to not really have control over what they've given them because of whatever they financial or whatever they say. Because a lot of times, if you're trying to get on or you're trying to do something and you know that this person wants something and you're in survival mode, you're going to do things out of the ordinary. I'm sure most people who have sold away certain things and rights and everything like that, they did it because they were in survival mode. They didn't know when they're going to pay their next rent or whatever they do, whatever reasoning behind it. You know, this and that. It's just like you have people that sit at the tax office and wait till people get behind their taxes so they can take the person's house. Mm-hmm. You know, unknowingly. You know, so
nah, they know.
Okay, they know what they're doing. Okay, yeah. So that's what I'm saying.
Is that wrong?
It's a way of exploitation and a way of manipulation. And
how?
Because I think and maybe because I'm a moral guy, man.
Yeah, you
I
just
can't
a good
help.
guy.
I'm
You
a
a good
moral.
guy.
I'm a moral guy. You know, do unto others as you have them to do unto you. You know, that's how I try to operate with people. Is it always right? No. Have I got burned by that? Yes, sometimes. I have got burned.
We all do.
And it was a learning process for me. So it taught me not to be so trusting with people with circumstances and with how I do certain business things. It taught me to really know my value and to know what that person is bringing to the table. Right. In other words, if you bring me a contract, you know, and say, hey, well, son, now let me look at this.
Yeah.
Or let me have my lawyer look at this.
Let me take this.
And let me get back, you know. And, you know, if a man's limited by the knowledge in his mind, if he don't know, he don't know. You know? So I think we all
2023 is like these jokers know, man. Them dudes that's like working with just pearly things, they know what's up. It's been 100 years of this exploitation of us.
But
and that's because we have that inherent confidence that you're talking about.
And because they were in survival mode, they felt like, oh, she's giving us
I don't
crumbs,
even so much
and she's
think
feeling,
that.
and she, I'm feeding my family off that.
I don't even.
So
think
I'm gonna
it's
give
that.
you 80. I'm gonna
It's
give you
not
80%. I'm gonna do most of all the work, and you take this 30.
I don't think
That's
it's
that was a count. First
I don't
of all,
think
what
it's
she
that.
was doing, it was a colonization.
She's trying to
mindset.
win. She's trying to win the game, and that's the problem with us.
And she exploited.
That's the problem. So who
What do you mean,
cares?
so?
Because if it was us
Who
doing it
wasn't
to them,
exploited?
if it was us doing it to them, would we be crying about it? No,
We probably it would
we would not care.
Right. It would probably
If we had
right.
15 white people just with $1 million YouTube channel, and we benefit them, you and me taking all the money, and we paying them 20%.
Okay,
are we crying about it and staying up at night thinking about it?
Even with YouTube, a lot of time they use algorithms to mess with people's numbers, to mess with people's views. And when you mess with people's views, when they get to a certain number of views, there's money that you make off the views and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
But these people exploit that. They use that when they feel like, and they take other channels and they boost their algorithms and make it, you know, more than what it is.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Is that right?
It's not right.
Okay.
We know that's not right.
Okay.
But that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, and I think the way that I
What-
think,
what-
right?
what-
Because of the fact that this is not an even playing field.
Okay,
Life, you have to be strategic. You got to
Yeah,
go
I
into this with your
understand.
eyes open. You
Yeah.
can't think that the world is going to treat you how you would
No,
be.
no.
Because guess what? There's only
No.
one OGV. There's
Right.
only one of you.
Right.
You are you.
Right.
It would be nice if everybody would treat you how you would treat them.
Right.
But guess what? That's not reality.
I know.
There's wolves out here.
Yeah,
And you
there's
gotta.
wolves in sheep's
I'm not
clothing.
saying that you should.
There's
I'm
wolves
not
in
saying
sheep's
that you should
clothing.
become a wolf. I'm not
Right.
telling anybody to become that, but be aware.
But you gotta be aware.
You gotta be aware.
and that's the thing.
And know how to maneuver amongst that.
Okay.
That's
right.
why I feel like us as black men have not been effective. That's why I feel like we have not been providers that we once were. Because we have lost strategy in exchange for morality, or, oh, I gotta do the right thing, or I'm gonna stay real, I gotta keep it whatever. But it's like, yo, as we keep that mentality, our communities are going this way. The women are going up while we going like this. It's like everybody's trying to be solid. Everybody, like, how can we build if we're not even looking at the playing field for what it is? We living in la la land talking about, oh, they should do me a favor. Oh, they should help me out.
No.
No.
I don't think that
We got here because somebody else was a predator. That's how me and you are here right now. Somebody preyed upon us.
Right.
It's
So,
like-
some of them, sometimes it was, but not in all cases. Sometimes some decisions we made wrong decisions.
A lot of
and
us.
we right.
A lot of us got
and
preyed
this- and this
upon and
that.
ended up here.
Okay, some of us got prayed. Some of us made wrong decisions.
Let's just say a lot
and
of
made choices. We made wrong choices. But all I'm saying is that a person is limited by the knowledge in his mind. So when you know certain things, you do better. But if you don't have a knowledge of it, you're only gonna do what you think is best to do. You know. So I'm not saying that the average person Human nature will take advantage of a situation when they can. That's human nature, but it doesn't make it right. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying, just because a person knows they can do something to a person, it don't make it right. It's just like a woman in a relationship that she shouldn't, she knows it's wrong to cheat, or a man in a relationship, he knows it's wrong to cheat, but he goes do it, or she goes do it. It doesn't make it right. They know that this is not right to do to that person. So that's just like sometimes, maybe because I try to live by a certain code and a certain moral fiber in my life, because I realize that what you put out in the universe is going to come back to you, and it may not come back in the way that you think it's going to come back. So I try to be very conscious of how I deal with people, what things I say to people, because I realize that certain things could come back on me in a negative way, and it would not be beneficial to me. That's why I believe try to be truthful and honest with people and tell them to say, listen, this is what it is. If I try to that's why I say, yeah, I'm old school, and I'm proud of it, and I'm happy about it. Certain things, I have a certain code that I go by. I've lived by it. Now, okay, times have changed, things are different, but it works for me, and it worked all these years for me. I'm 64 years old. My value system, my things haven't changed.
I respect it, but I'm just saying we gotta look at.
Yeah, I understand.
We gotta look at where this has gotten us.
Yeah. Okay.
Because why are black men in the position we in?
Yeah.
I feel like that.
Well, I think a lot of times we're in the
that
position because we are not on code with each other. We are not unified in certain things, in the things that we should be unified with. But the things as far as being connected, because my three main things is God, family, and community. Mm-hmm. So if you're not connected with God, not understanding what your purpose is, then you don't know where you should go. Secondly, if you're not connected with your family, being a father, being a husband, being what you should be to your family, taking care of your children, taking care of your responsibilities, all right, you're not connected. Thirdly, if you're not connected with your community where you live in, as far as giving back to your community and helping your community to advance in a positive way, you're not connected. So you have to look at yourself as an individual and say, listen, what is it that I can do as a man to cover these three very important areas of my life to be sure that I have balance and maintain a certain stability in my life and help other men to see certain things and help them, and all that we all can be on one accord together. Because you know something, if we not all have the same mindset, thinking the same way and have the same mindset, how can we accomplish something? If you're going right, and it's just like in the military. Military has a certain structure. You march a certain way. When he says about face, everybody turns and left or right. Forward march. Right, left, boom, boom, like that. So it's a certain order that is done. If you got a guy, the sergeant say go left, and he's going right, he's out of order. So we have to look at ourselves. We need to get ourselves in order so we can be effective as men.
I feel like for a lot of us, our morality is A1. As black men, I feel like our morality is A1. It's very rare that I run into a black man who doesn't have any type of beliefs about the world.
Right.
But as far as when you said that responsibility piece, I feel like other groups take that more serious than we do.
Yeah, so because we're not on code.
They go out here and they make these contracts because they feel an obligation to their community. They write up these crooked deals and prey on other communities because
Right.
they feel like they have to provide by any means necessary.
Right.
We don't do that. We're okay with, oh well, I'm a nice guy and I work hard. And that's why
Right.
we're getting bullied
Well,
financially.
yeah, right.
That's
So-
why our women don't want nothing to do with us, and they look at us as scrubs. Like, we gotta call a spade a spade. It is what it is.
Okay, so
That's not happening in other households. That's not happening in a lot of other households in the same country because they're more serious about.
Well,
it.
everybody got. Let's not be tricked or fooled by that. Every community has its problems. It might not be as visually seen as certain communities, but every community got their problems.
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Don't be fooled and feel like, you know, just like I heard.
But you know as well as I know
heard-
that we are in last place.
Right.
Will you admit that?
Okay, I admit.
Will you admit it?
I admit that we
In last place?
I'm not gonna say we in last place. I'm never
We
gonna,
in last
I'm
place
never
when it
gonna
comes
say
to
that we in last
finances.
place. I believe.
In
I say
finance,
this. I
we
say
are
this.
last.
We're
Health,
not.
we
We're
are
not in the
last.
place. We're not in the place that we should be.
Community, we are last.
We're not in the place
We're
that we
last.
should be.
Why you can't say it?
Because I don't believe that's a
You can look
negative
it up.
energy.
You can look it
That's
up.
a negative energy. But yeah, you show me statistics.
Yeah, I can show you the stats.
No,
that
you
we
show
have
me
the
the
lowest,
stats, but
lowest net worth.
But that's
Health is bad.
statistically.
Health is not where it needs to be.
And it's a lot of factors that's involved with that too.
It is, but we got to take the responsibility.
Okay,
We
I'm
can't
not
just
saying,
say.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying about we should not take a responsibility, but it's a reason why certain things are certain ways.
And I feel like the reason why things are the way it is because of the mentality. Like we're good people.
But all of us,
we're
all
God's
of us,
people.
But you got to understand,
But we need to get some hustle in. We need some grit, dog.
All of us don't have the same mentality. You talking about a certain group? I'm not gonna say that all of us have that same mentality. Some people have a certain mentality, a Pookie and Ray Ray mentality.
Even
that
the
they don't
Pookies,
care
man.
nothing. They don't care nothing about nobody but themselves. But there's a lot of us who are doing the right thing.
I trust.
And you
Pookie.
got to give props out to the people that are doing right.
I believe that a Pookie and Ray Ray is still more trustworthy than other groups of people. I feel
In
like
regard to what?
In regard to morality.
Morality.
Yeah, I really
They
do.
don't follow by no certain code of morality.
I believe that they do.
They're not actively affecting the progress of our community. When you're doing certain
right.
things that you know that's not right.
You're right about that, but I
Okay.
still believe that a Pookie, like the street guy that I'm a barber every day. I'm meeting all type of people.
Mhm.
I believe that street guy, he has a code that he lives by. It may be different from mainstream America, but he lives by that.
Okay.
And they're ashamed if they
Okay,
don't
then
live by it.
maybe I need to break down Pookie Ray. To me, I think a Pookie Ray is a person who's just really non-productive in his community and among his people. He's not doing the things that he should be doing that would make his community and even himself a better person. Okay, they're out there doing things that are wrong. That's against what the community should be standing for. Okay, yes, there are brothers on the street who live by a certain code. I do understand that, and I acknowledge that. And they're not that they are bad people. It's just that they have made certain choices. And like I told you many times,
So who would
make
you
certain
trust?
choices.
Can I ask you this question?
Yeah.
Who would you trust more in as far as a business dealing? Would you trust a Pookie from the street or would you trust a Jew lawyer quicker? Who would you be quicker to trust?
Well, first of all, I would trust a person that has the same mindset as me.
So who would you trust? Out of
If
those
the
two
person has,
options?
if the person has
Two
the
choices.
mindset as me.
No. You got two. Pookie Ray Ray, Jew lawyer. Who are you trusting?
I'm trusting myself, really.
No, but
I'm
who
not
you gonna
trusting-
pick? Just keep it 1,000, man. I think I'm going.
Okay,
Personally, if
okay.
you want me to go first to soften the blow,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go Pookie Ray Ray.
And why is that?
It's because I feel like, I don't know, man. I could just trust them more. Like, I know what that is. I'm more familiar with that
Okay.
element of society. This guy across the street, I feel like him, the lawyer, Drew Lloyd, he's only here to take advantage of what I got going on.
Right. Okay.
Him right here, he going, of course, probably benefit too, but I don't think he would do me dirty like him. And I really truly feel that way about my brothers. I believe that we are A1. I believe that most black men are A1. We're nice guys. And that niceness is probably why we have that
has been and that's a historical thing because we have always been, because we have the heart of God. We're spiritual people. And we're very kind-hearted, we're very accepting to people. And it has been to our disadvantage. So I kind of understand your point.
You kind of seeing it?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. On that point,
I love us.
I might roll. I'll roll with the Pookie and Ray Ray because because they my people. Yeah. But I understand that some of them ain't doing what's right.
Right.
And I'm going to call you out if you're not doing right.
Right.
If you're doing right, I'm gonna stand with you. That's why I said it's very important to get on code with each other and to start realizing that, hey, listen, you know something? If you doing something wrong, I'm not going against you. I'm going to come to you as a person and call you out to yourself. I'm not going to call you out in public where other groups is going to hear it and place a judgment. I'm going to call you out individually, and we're going to talk about it man to man, and we're going to, come to a resolution on the situation.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel like as far as getting on code. That's the beginning of it. So, and being on code is extremely important for us because when we get on code, we can accomplish things. And on code just means having the same mindset. Everybody have on the same mindset, doing the same thing, thinking the same way, and accomplishing the same goals. And that's what we really need as a people. Because us doing things separately not making it, it's not working for us.
It's not, but I believe that the only reason that we got us to those places where we want to do things by ourselves separately and splintered, I believe the only reason that we're splintered is because of the mindset that, okay, maybe that this other person over here is going to look out for me in my best interest, even though they don't look like me and they don't reflect my same story.
Well, then
I feel like it kind of goes back to what we were talking about probably like 20 minutes ago. He was just like, "Nah, they should look out. You made all this off of me for this amount of time. You should look out." If I come into the dealing knowing that you're not gonna look out, I'm gonna go back to somebody who has a similarity in upbringing, similarity of obstacles, and partner with that person because I know that there's no friends at this table.
Right.
So I feel
in other words, that's why I say you want to deal with people that have the same basic mindset as you, the same business mind that you have. You want to connect with people like that. So you don't want to connect with people.
But I want to connect with my people like that.
Yeah.
There's other people in other groups like that, but they need to be mine.
There are people, our people, that have the mindset.
Yeah.
I have talked with people like that. I have came to them and said certain things, and they like, man, bro, I'm on board with that. Wow,
Yeah.
And but it's just a matter of you meeting the like-minded people.
But a lot of us, right, that are like-minded in that sense, I feel like they're still out there believing in the dream. They believe in that. You got these NAACP dudes that's out here caping for LGBTQ. They believe in that. Okay, these other groups are gonna really help me.
But this
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that either, and that's why I said 2/3 of us are not gonna make because their mindset is believing that if these people are going to save us and protect protect us and have our best interests in mind. Nobody's going to have your best interest in mind but you, your people. Because I know you and you know me.
Right.
And because we going through the same thing. We're going through that same struggle, that same situation. So who would know what is best for me than you would?
Right.
How I expect them other people to understand what I'm going through? Especially when you have, that's what I said, especially when you might have, there are a lot of black people um, with white mindsets.
Yeah.
You know,
So they
think right. So they thinking about how things from the perspective of how them folks see it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not thinking about in the best interest of you and I, how we saying it.
Mm-mm.
So they're off code right there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you on code. So we trying to do something. They trying to sabotage what we trying to accomplish. So we have to put them aside. Like no, I can't roll with you because you're not on the same mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the situation that with the Tennessee Three, right? The two brothers were suspended from Congress, this and that. One was up there, he was talking, I think it was Justin Pearson.
Yeah.
Because both of them named Justin Jones and Justin Pearson. The one Pearson was up there when they reinstated him back. He's up there, out there like he having a church service. Mm-hmm. That was unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Okay, they reinstated you back. Okay, you make your little speech and you go on.
Right.
But why you all the dramatics and stuff like that? Nobody was impressed with that.
Nobody.
You were doing that more for yourself. To think that people are going to be impressed with it. Nobody was not impressed with that. Yeah, maybe the people that was around you who fed into that nonsense. But my thing is, what are you going to do for the people? You know? And I heard that when they read about when they looked at his Facebook and everything, he has certain agendas that's not for our people.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And my thing is this. You got to check everybody's paperwork. If you saying that you for black people, what you saying, what you, your words and your actions should show that. If it don't show that, then you ain't for us. And that's where a lot of times we get messed up because we see a black face, but they're not in the best interest of us. And that's why we got to know, just like if I'm doing business with you, me and you have to have the same mindset. Right. I know you got me and I got you.
That's it.
You know? So that's how we have to be.
I feel like as far as my little experiences in life, that's the only way I came to that conclusion.
Well, it's not little. It was a great experience because it was something that you learned and you developed that. You understand? Nothing we go.
But I could have went a different way.
You could have went a different way.
I literally could have just. There's people that's like this, right? They're like, oh, I don't drink alcohol because my father was an alcoholic. Then there's people that's like, oh, I'm an alcoholic because my father was an alcoholic.
And I never understood that.
That happens though. You know? And I know you probably seen it. Like, oh, my dad drink, my mom drinks, so I drink. Then there's other people that's like, I'm not going to drink because everybody drink. And I see
and some people make
so it's like
that
the
choice.
Same thing can happen to somebody and they go a totally different route.
That's true.
So I could have literally been like, oh, that's not fair. He stole all this money from me. He should have done the right thing and given me this because I put all this money up. I should have never. Right. If I had that mentality, I could have been a totally different person. I could have been out here protesting for human rights and ethics and stuff like that. Right. I could have been that guy. Right. But instead, I feel like we get further if we look within and build from within.
I agree with you on that.
If I'll go out here and just be like, oh, the next white man I do a business deal with better be nice to me.
No.
I'm not going to be the same animal. I'm not going to be the same beast. I'm not. I'm gonna be docile because I'm out here looking for a favor. Well, I'm looking for an advantage.
Right.
That kindness only can go so far.
Right.
That's why we are in the position that we in.
Like
you got Van Jones. Right. You know, you got Don Lemon. You got those brothers that really thoroughly believe this stuff. That they're gonna just give out billions of dollars to black people and programs, and they're gonna help us. No. They thoroughly believe that.
Yeah.
I never believed that. From that day, I'm like, yo. It's a dog-eat-dog world. I got to get better at this hunt.
Right.
For me and the people around me.
Right. I agree with you because, you know, if you fool me once, shame on me. Mm-hmm. If you fool me twice, no. If you fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
If you fool me twice, shame on me. So
exactly.
So a lot of things, if I get manipulated into something, you know, and it keeps happening to me, I can't look at the person. I have to look at myself.
I gotta look in.
You know? So I agree with you on that. You have to look within, and I think that's what we have to do as a people.
Yeah.
We got to look within, and that. And I don't believe in making excuses for everything. Everything is not blamed on other people.
Mm-hmm.
We have to take, like you said, we have to take responsibility for our actions, what we do.
How did I
and the
participate
decision,
in
right?
this?
How I participated, how I made this decision in doing this. So we have to take responsibility for ourselves too. So I've always believed that. I believe that, you know, hey, listen, when I made decisions, I didn't never went and blamed other people. I took responsibility and said, hey, you know something, I did this.
Yeah.
So hey, listen,
Gotta
I
get
have to deal with it accordingly.
Yeah.
And you know, so that's part of life and learning, you know, this and that. You know, and be honest, you know, I don't try to take advantage of people because I don't want nobody to take advantage of me.
Right.
I try to be fair and honest as I can be. Am I perfect? No, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect.
Right.
But when you know right, you try to do right. You know, you should. You know. But and I think because I'm a type of person, I'm very observant and I'm spiritual. I'm constantly, you know, connected with the Most High God. So it's not too many things that you're gonna bring to me that I'm just gonna automatically accept. You know, like people have come to me, oh well, you know, once you try to get in this business, I'll be like, well, send me the information. And if they serious, they'll send you the information and let you read it, because I don't like to make a decision with nothing without really researching and looking over it and see if it's best beneficial to me, that it would helpful to me. You could tell me, oh, I made $50,000 in 3 months off of this. Well, you might have made $50,000. That don't mean I'm gonna make $50,000. That might not be for me. So if you
gotta assess it.
That's right. I have to assess things, and I think that's part of that. I think that comes with, you know, as us developing as men. You know, I think that you never really stop to develop. Like I always told you, I'm a student of life. I'm a student of information and wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And even at my age, I realize now it's so much I need to learn. It's so much I need to understand. But my mind is open to learn. And when you have an openness in mind to want to learn, you're going to get knowledge. You're going to get wisdom. You're going to get the things that you need, because you have to approach you. You have to have a certain humility. See, your ego. A lot of time, our ego tells us to do things that is against what our humble nature could be. You know, because when you're humble, you can receive, you can understand.
Right.
But when your ego is in the place, it blocks your understanding of things, because you only see things in one mindset. You're not open to hear and to really receive it. So I think as I got older, I'm glad I'm at the place I'm at now, because when I was 10, 15 years ago, I was the kind of way that I was just set in my ways, man. But I realized, because of certain experiences I had gone through, it changed that mindset, you know.
Hold on, right? Let me check, see how
Yeah,
long
I'm
we've been
rolling,
rolling.
man. We've been talking, man.
Okay. It's still good. All right, good folks. I'm about to go ahead and cut this one off. We're gonna do part 2.
Part 2. What are we gonna talk about in part 2?